Hey there viewer, welcome to the second step of the Build a Battle Station app project. It's about building the object model. You can find all the videos for all steps for the complete project in the description. I have split this into multiple videos because it's quite a lengthy project. So let's get started with building the object model. What you will do: add fields to the Battle Station custom object, create a resource custom object and fields, create a supply custom object and fields. Overview of object. The Salesforce platform provides a powerful database with many features that make it faster and easier to create applications. Unlike spreadsheets or relational databases that store data in rows and columns, the Salesforce platform uses objects to store data. Objects contain all the functionality you expect in a spreadsheet or a database, with additional enhancements that make them more powerful and versatile. Each object comprises a number of fields which correspond to columns in a spreadsheet or database. Data is stored in records of the object which correspond to rows. There are two types of objects. Standard objects. These are objects included with Salesforce. By default, for example, the objects used to store data in standard tabs such as accounts, contacts, or opportunities. So if you ever want to sell timeshares in your Battle Station, this CRM functionality is already there. Custom objects. These are new objects you create to store information unique to your application. Custom objects extend the functionality that standard objects provide. For our Battle Station construction app, we will use the custom objects exclusively. If you would like to know more about objects, field relationships, and all sorts of great stuff, check out our data modeling module after this project. I believe I already uploaded some videos about data modeling to my channel. Let's just have a quick look here if I already did this. Just a second, bear with me. Yes, I already did this. So you can find the videos most likely on my channel. Just click on the channel, right click, open a new tab. So this video continues, and you can find those videos there as well. Now let's continue here. Data model. Our application will use three custom objects. Battle Station. This will be our main object that tracks the status of the project, its supplies and resources. Resource projects are all about doing stuff, and you need resources, that is people, to do stuff. We will use the resources custom object to track the number of people working on the construction object and how much time they are committing to it. Supply. You also need supplies and equipment to build a Battle Station. We'll use this object to track our supplies and their costs. So to sum it up, we need the Battle Station, then the resource, and then the supply. If you like ERD diagrams, and honestly, who doesn't, this is what our object relationship looks like. We are going to build these objects right now. Battle Station custom object. In the previous step, we built our Battle Station custom object. Now we need to make custom fields for that object. Click the gear icon, select Setup, Object Manager, Battle Station. Okay, let's go back there. Object Manager, Battle Station. There we have it. And there we go to Fields and Relationships. And we click New. Add a project status field. When managing a project, one of the key metrics is status. Nothing looks worse than your boss asking you how the project is going and you don't know. It makes for a very dark day indeed. You will create a pick list field so that users can select from a predefined list of available statuses. Create the project status field as follows. For data type, select pick list and click next. There we go, pick list, and the data type, click next. Fill in the custom field details, field label, project status. Check the radio button next to enter values, with each value separated by a new line. So we have the pick list for the project status there, green, yellow, red, and so on. It's not the most descriptive, but whatever suits the boss, I guess. Display values alphabetically, not in the order entered, unchecked. First value first, we check this, uncheck, restrict. That's interesting. So apparently there will be more if that's not restricted, but let's see. Or maybe the user can manually add this. Again, very little explanation, just instructions. But I hope we can make sense of that along the line. Now let's leave the default for the remaining fields and click next. Click next again to accept the default visibility and security settings. Click save and to add the project status field to the page layout and save the project status field and return to the first step of the wizard. Add a weapon status field. Why aren't we doing this in the diagram mode? Not really sure like what that was. Some kind of builder. Make it easier. Let's have a look. We can do that there. Just a second. Alright, so I found the Schema Builder. This is what this diagram is based on. And you can find it through Home, and then you just search for Builder in the Quick Find box. And you will find it there. So let's see if we can do all the steps here through the builder. I think it's like a bit more visualized and more easy to see like what we have created like all in one. So let's create the next one. Add a weapon status field. The main purpose of a battle station field is to blow stuff up. We need to keep track of weapons, primarily the planet destroying type and what their status is. Similar to the project status, you will create a pick list field so that users can select from a predefined list of available statuses. Create the weapon status field as follows. For data type, select pick list and click next. Okay, so we are supposed to create a new object. Let's see. Oh, sorry, like fields and relationship for the subject, right? Okay, let's see if I can find the project. Yeah, I don't think like field and relationships we can add there, so unfortunately we need to go back. And create a new one there. So this one is a pick list. Weapon status. We are entering the values there manually. Unchecked, unchecked. Next. Resource custom object. When building a battle station, you have to have resources to do the actual work. There's no magical force flowing through the universe that will do it for you. You need people and a way to track their usage. That's what your resource object will do. Setup, object manager, create custom object. Okay, we can actually do this here in the Schema Builder. Create an object there and rename this resources. Resource name. Allow reports. Editor, there this is text. Click save. Now create a custom tab. In the home, enter tabs and click find. Custom Objects tab, click New. For objects, select Resource. So let's create something different looking. I think I had this kind of blue color before, so let's use this one, factory. Next save. Now we've created a couple fields like we did with the battle station. Click the Object Manager tab next to Home and select the resource, custom objects, select fields and relationship and click New. It's a shame that we can't do this here somehow. Object properties, yes, but it's not really made to Enter fields and relationships here, I guess. So let's go source, fields and relationships, click new. Add a quantity field. The resource name tracks the type of the crew we need. For example, plumber, exhaust port inspector, massage therapist, and so on. So now we need a field that determines how many resources of each type we need. Create a quantity field as follows. For data type, select number and click next. Field label, quantity. Sure, there's always a number entered for this field by checking the required checkbox. Next. Save and new. Utilization field, select percentage. When resources are working on a project, they might not be committed full-time. They may work 50% on one project and 50% on another, for instance. This is a resource utilization, and it's important to track when you want to look at metrics and scheduling. Type, select percent. Label utilization. Sure, it's always required. Default as usual. Next, new. Add a battle station field, MasterDetail Relationship. Resources are assigned to work on a specific battle station, so we need to create this relationship between the objects. You will be creating a MasterDetail relationship from resources to battle station. This creates a special type of relationship between two objects, a child or detail and another object, the parent or master. MasterDetail relationships can be used whenever there is a tight binding between two objects. For example, consider a blog and a blog post. If the blog is deleted, the blog post should go too. Plus, the relationship provides all sorts of extra benefits. We will go over one of those in a second. Create the battle station relationship field as following. MasterDetail relationship. Let's see. There we go. Related to battle station. Field label should default to battle station, field name battle station. Leave the defaults of the remaining fields and click next. Click Save to add the battlefield to the page layout. The related list of battle station records to the page layout. Save the battle station field and return to the resources custom object page. So we are there already. Supplies custom objects. This brings us to our last custom object. To build our battle station, we need supplies and equipment such as cosmic wave generators, donuts, armor wax, laser guns, mustache wax, and such. This stuff costs some money, so you want to track our costs to make sure we stay under budget and we are not called into the boss office. To get back to Object Manager, click the gear icon and select Setup. Click on Object Manager, Custom Object. Let's do this here. So we go to Schema Builder and just drag a new one there and label supplies, allow reports, and we click save. And again we create a new tab, so let's go here, tabs, custom object tabs, supply, and then it shows just something different. We have blue, we have green, and supplies, boring stuff, so let's choose index, like brown is boring, so let's choose that. Next, save. I've created a couple of fields like we did with the battle station. Click the Object Manager tab next to Home and select the Supply, Custom Objects, select Fields and Relationship and click New. Add a quantity field. When we order light box or armor wax, we need to track the quantity. Create the quantity field as follows. Field label, quantity, ensure there's always a number entered. We want to encourage our users to order at least 2 of any supply. We'll always set the default to 2. Next, save and new. Add a unit cost field as follows. The currency. Next. Units costs 16 as the length, decimal place is 2. Always required. It's the default. Next, save and new. Add a total cost field, formula field. Now that we have the quantity for each item and the unit cost for each item, you obviously want to know the total cost for all items. Instead of manually calculating these costs, quantity times unit costs equals total, you can let the Salesforce platform do the work for you using a formula field. These fields are calculated at runtime, much like formulas in a spreadsheet. They make life so much easier. Create the total cost formula field as follows. For data type, select formula and click next. total cost, currency, next. Decimal places are there, so that's already correct. Just want to make sure we don't get any records, any errors later when we verify things. So let's go here, quantity custom object times unit cost. We can also insert that here as thing, I'm not really sure, in the merge field. Yeah, quantity unit cost, so we can do it like this. So this is really easy to do. Check the syntax to make sure it's okay, should be no problem. In that operator here is also again multiply, subtract, add, and so on. So you don't really need like any programming knowledge, you don't need to recall anything, you can just like insert a field there, insert the operator, and that's it. There's more complicated stuff of course, but generally you will do fine without programming, without any kind of real actual programming for basic stuff. So let's go to next, save and new. Add the total cost field to the page layout, save the total cost field and return to the first step of the wizard. Add a battle station field, MasterDetail Relationship. Create the battle station relationship field as follows. For data type, select MasterDetail Relationship and click Next. Related to battle station, next. Everything next, save. That was a lot of work, but we are finally done. Fortunately, that was most of the time consuming part of building our application. You can already have a look here. I'm not really sure if it's in the layout, but let's have a look. Already going to click here to verify. Go to supplies. So here we can create new supplies and all that kind of stuff. So that works. The assessment is complete. We got the 100 points, so let's tackle the next step. Again, this is split into multiple videos, so you can find the next video in the description, a link to the playlist there, and if it's not showing on the right, on the related videos already. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.